Welcome back. Today we're diving into the latest political developments shaping the future of our nation involving young Canadians versus Trudeau. I'm QuikPolitics, and if you find this content engaging, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button, as your support truly helps the channel grow. Now, let's delve into the heart of the matter. As the latest reports indicate, a troubling pattern is emerging among young Canadians who are increasingly vocal about their dissatisfaction with the status quo. Faced with unaffordable housing prices, escalating debt burdens, and stagnant wages, many feel marginalized and excluded from the nation's prosperity. This growing sense of disconnection from economic opportunities and social mobility has sparked widespread frustration and discontent. Young Canadians are no longer willing to passively accept these challenges. Instead, they are demanding tangible solutions and meaningful action from policymakers. It's evident that the current trajectory is unsustainable, and urgent measures are needed to address the pressing issues facing the younger generation and ensure a more equitable and promising future for all Canadians. Critics argue that the blame for Canada's current economic woes squarely falls on the shoulders of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his Liberal Party. Trudeau's leadership style, characterized by a prioritization of globalist agendas over pressing domestic concerns, has exacerbated the nation's challenges. One of the most glaring issues is the housing crisis, with home prices skyrocketing beyond the reach of many Canadians under Trudeau's watch. Additionally, Trudeau's government has overseen a significant increase in national debt levels, raising concerns about long-term fiscal sustainability. The failure of Trudeau's policies to adequately address the needs of young Canadians, such as affordable housing and job opportunities, has left this demographic disillusioned and disheartened, further eroding confidence in his leadership. As a result, Trudeau and his administration face mounting criticism for their perceived neglect of critical domestic issues in favor of broader global objectives. During a recent inquiry into the shifting allegiance of young Canadian voters from the Liberal to Conservative camps, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau responded with a familiar narrative, portraying himself as a champion fighting against systemic injustices that hinder the progress of young Canadians. However, Trudeau's attempt to paint himself as a sympathetic figure overlooks a critical reality. He holds the highest office in the land, responsible for shaping policies that directly impact the lives of young Canadians. Despite his rhetoric, Trudeau fails to acknowledge his role in exacerbating the challenges faced by the youth demographic. Under his leadership, systemic issues like unaffordable housing, limited job opportunities, and mounting student debt have only worsened, leaving many young Canadians disillusioned and disenfranchised. Instead of addressing these pressing concerns, Trudeau's administration has often prioritized policies that benefit the elite, further widening the gap between the government and the aspirations of young Canadians. As a result, Trudeau's disconnect from the lived experiences of the youth demographic underscores a fundamental failure in his leadership, highlighting the urgent need for genuine solutions that address the systemic barriers hindering the prosperity of young Canadians.
A follow-up. 2 out of the 3 measures you're announcing today require substantial buy-in from either the provinces or the banks. Do you think those measures will be enough to win back millennial and Gen Z voters who previously had overwhelmingly voted for you, but have now moved to the Conservative Party?
I got into politics focused on young people. I was a high school teacher here in BC. I got in as a youth advocate and an environmental activist, and I made working for young people the center of my campaign to become Prime Minister, and have focused on them ever since. And the reality is, young people who are key to our present and obviously key to our future are seeing a system that is stacked against them. That's true in Canada, but it's true elsewhere around the world. So what we're focused on now is making sure that young people can see their success in the economy, can see that their hard work is going to build a stable, better life for them.
As disillusionment with Trudeau's leadership grows, many young Canadians are turning their attention to Pierre Poilievre, who has emerged as a prominent figure in Conservative politics. Poilievre's pragmatic approach and emphasis on tangible solutions have struck a chord with those disenchanted by the status quo. His commitment to addressing pressing issues such as housing affordability and tax reform resonates deeply with a generation grappling with economic uncertainty and financial challenges. Poilievre's vision for a more prosperous and inclusive Canada offers a stark contrast to Trudeau's perceived lack of action and failure to deliver on promises. As a result, an increasing number of young Canadians are viewing Poilievre as a beacon of hope for meaningful change and are rallying behind his leadership as a path towards a brighter future. Amid mounting dissatisfaction among young Canadians, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is in a frantic bid to win back their support. However, his attempts thus far have been perceived as mere window dressing, lacking substantive measures to tackle the underlying problems. For instance, Trudeau's proposal to link rent payments to credit scores as a criterion for future mortgages has been met with skepticism, viewed as a superficial solution to the profound challenges faced by young Canadians. Rather than addressing the systemic issues contributing to unaffordable housing and financial insecurity, such initiatives are seen as band-aid solutions that fail to address the root causes of the problem. Moreover, Trudeau's reluctance to implement bold and comprehensive reforms suggests a disconnect between his rhetoric and concrete actions, further eroding trust and confidence among young voters. As disillusionment with traditional political parties grows, young Canadians are increasingly demanding genuine solutions that address their pressing concerns and pave the way for a more equitable and prosperous future.
Starting today by recognizing that so many young people are renters, and being renters don't see anymore that pathway towards home ownership that was available to previous generations. One of the things we're doing to change that today is by, yes, working with banks, with lenders, with landlord associations, and with fintech innovations in the financial sector that are already moving forward on measures like this, to make sure that anyone who's paying rent anywhere across the country is able to demonstrate that reliability of paying rent every month as being worthy of the kind of investment that banks can make to get a mortgage later on. It's about changing the rules of a game in a way that meets young people where they are and responds to their hopes and dreams for the future. That's what I'm really excited about right now.
Will Trudeau's tactics be enough to win back the hearts of young Canadians, or is it too little, too late? As the political landscape continues to shift, one thing is clear. Young Canadians are demanding change. Whether Trudeau can deliver remains to be seen. Thank you for joining us. If you appreciate content that delves into critical issues, consider subscribing for more insightful updates. Stay informed, and until next time, I'm QuikPolitics, signing off.